Shaquille Kobe back with more basic instructions. You know, some people ask me why I do what I do now as a mental performance coach for startup founders and entrepreneurs. I imagine they're thinking about how so many former athletes go into coaching the sport they used to play or into the broadcast booth when they're done with their playing days. What you may not realize is that I actually am sharing with the world what I learned from the days back when I played football. It's just not the aspects of my experience from back then that first come to mind. I think growing up in a house without a father figure, it's natural for young men to look to men in their lives as examples of how they themselves should be. When I think back on it now, during my earlier years playing sports, what I did unconsciously is find my male role models. I collected father figures. Men that I looked up to and from whom I learned what I believed it meant to be a good and successful person. The intense love I feel now for sports and my deep desire to develop into the very best man that I can be, I'm sure you can easily see how I could be naturally drawn to men like this. You can relate to my perspective, right? In the context of this team, I saw my coach as the leader of the pack, the head of the tribe, the standard I wanted to meet, and our loving protector. I watched him very closely and focused in as I hang on to every word he said. This is somebody I can definitely benefit from. I think that's how I want to be too. And that's probably why I coach entrepreneurs and founders now. It's just a slightly different kind of game we're playing, am I right? Who I had coaching me along the way in my journey made all the difference in my professional success in college and in the NFL. One of the most valuable relationships I have from my time at Purdue is the bond I formed with my coach, my offensive line coach, Danny Hope. When I think about the great coaches I had at different levels, I can confidently say that Coach Danny Hope, without a shadow of a doubt, this is the guy who made the biggest impact in my professional life that led to my Super Bowl level success. He was truly a father figure to me. The invaluable wisdom I gained from listening to him, it's a feeling I can't imagine the words to express. Let me tell you, for 4 years, I would go to football practice an hour early just to go to Coach's office and talk about life. He talked to me about his wife and son, and I talked to him about what's going on in my student athlete existence, which was academics, football, and of course, ladies. One lesson that I treasure that really made me look at myself and evaluate how I feel about myself today as a professional, it came from a conversation that I had with Coach about recruiting. Think about it. That's really all college coaches do is recruit. So this lesson is something that came up all the time when we talked. He would tell me, when I think about it, me as a coach, just give me the players. I'll get the job done one way or another. I'll find a way to win. When I think about recruiting, though, there's only really 2 types of people I can recruit. That's it. Just these 2 types. You have mules and you have thoroughbreds. Now, if I'm coaching a mule, I know I can get the job done. I'll figure it out. We'll win. But remember, he's a mule. So I know as a coach, I'm going to have to use the stick to beat this mule to get him to work. What I'm looking to coach are thoroughbreds. If you're a thoroughbred, a lot of players think they're thoroughbreds, but are you really? Think about it. From my perspective, if you're a thoroughbred, you've got the mindset to win. You were born for this, right? If you're a thoroughbred, I don't need the stick. Hell, I don't even need the carrot. All I need to do is give him the basic instructions, open the gate, and watch him run. Give me a thoroughbred to coach, and you'll see him do things that you wouldn't believe were possible if you didn't experience it yourself. And all I could think about when he told me this made me think, man, that is deep. I thought deeply to myself, well, which one am I? Am I a mule or a thoroughbred? I imagine that you business leaders are wondering, but there's a simple way to tell, actually. Let me go deeper and I'll explain. It's like Coach Hope said, a lot of founders think they're thoroughbreds, but are you really? If you want to know if that's you, simply ask yourself this question. Think about it like this. When it comes to achieving your life's goals, making the positive changes in your business, in your mindset, in your relationships with yourself and with others, when you think about what it's going to take to create that Super Bowl level sensation in your life, an experience that when you think about it right now, it gives you those butterflies, that feeling of excitement in your stomach. Imagine a career that makes your pulse race, your breath shallow, you hear your heart beating in your ears. See those things now. A life that takes you to levels of fulfillment, excitement, and satisfaction that feels so right, it almost feels wrong. And if I gave you the basic instructions to create that vision in your mind, and I just opened the gate, would I need the stick to get you to move? Or would just the idea of living that Super Bowl level success make you feel enough motivation and inspiration to take the necessary actions to win the game? Or are you a mule? I mean, you say you have big goals. You'd love to have that perfect picture of success you see in your mind, talk all the right psychobabble, and use the latest buzzwords and hashtags online. But do you have the same old story going round and round in your mind, obsessing, and it sounds something like, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Is this song playing so loud in your mind right now that when I open the gates and it's time to go out there and take what you deeply desire, do you need some outside force like the stick to get you in the race? Now, what I've learned over the years winning the Super Bowl and coaching entrepreneurs is that thoroughbreds aren't born, they're made. Each and every one of us humans living on planet Earth are the owner of the most powerful supercomputer in all of nature, the human mind. The same human mind that invented the wheel, the same one that landed Perseverance on Mars the other day, right? Its capabilities are limitless, and since you own one, that means there's no limit to what you can be, do, or have in your career or in your life. All you need is the right coach to give you the basic instructions of exactly how to use the tools you were born with to create your own personally customized, desired Super Bowl level experience in your career and in your life. So like I said, I'm sharing with entrepreneurs my experience of getting all the way to the Super Bowl. That's the role I play today. Like a football coach watching your back up in the press box, right? When things down there on the field seem complex and you're struggling, you're tired of punting, I'm on the other end of that phone on the sideline, here to point out your blind spots, give you a clear, broader perspective of how to easily get this ball in the end zone and win this game. So which one are you? Ask yourself, am I a mule or am I a thoroughbred? Success is simple if you know the basic instructions.